excited about their business right now? Yes, yes. Who loves what they do? Yes, perfect audience. Who loves what they do and secretly wants to go home, sit on a couch, and binge watch a TV show while eating ice cream and pretend it will all go away? Anybody? Maybe I'm alone in that, but being an entrepreneur sometimes is really hard. It takes an emotional toll on you, sometimes a physical toll on you, and you have to somehow find that inner energizer, right, to keep you going. And getting momentum is something that we're all trying to do. And to me, the word momentum means that you have forward energy. And you have so much forward energy that you bring things along with you. I imagine cartoon characters where you have like that magic bullet or something that has energy behind it and just everything pushes forward, right? And that's what we all want, is the momentum. Now, who remembers the day they decided to launch their business? That moment when you committed? Yes, right? Was that an exciting day? Yes. And you had a moment where everything was clear. You knew what you were going to do, who you were going to serve, and how you were going to do it. And you got really excited. And maybe you took some radical actions, such as purchasing a URL, or 10. Somebody said yesterday they had 10. Maybe you formed your LLC, bought some business cards. Do you remember that feeling? What'd that feel like? It makes you feel powerful in that moment. Because in that moment, your passion, what you wanted to do, became clear. And you were honest with yourself that what had been wasn't working anymore, and you were going to take this step. You were going to move forward with what you were passionate about. And that's an amazing feeling. But as happens in life, that feeling doesn't stay around for too long. And we get in our heads. We start thinking about all those things that we should be doing. And when it comes to marketing, there's a lot of things you should be doing. What are some things you should be doing right now? Social media. That is, what was that? Email marketing. What's some other things? Networking. Having a website. Search engine optimization. Networking. What was that? New article. Blogging. More videos. Oh my goodness, the weight of all these things you should be doing. And you should be doing it while still managing to actually do the thing you're selling to people, right? That can be really challenging. I was speaking with a client named Helen, and she was so excited because she had just written this book that she said just had to come out of her. It wasn't so much she wrote it, as Susan said, she birthed it. This message had to come out. But as we were on that Zoom call that day, I could feel the tension rolling off of her and just the weight of all the shoulds sitting on her. Because the reason we were meeting is she heard that I was a marketing professional. I professionally do this. And she wanted me, in all my wisdom, to be the genie that would tell her, magically, what it was she was supposed to be doing. A friend of hers that she really respected had given her the advice that she needed a new website. She already had one, but she needed a new one. And it needed to be on a different platform so that she could edit it herself, and she could do SEO, and then she could someday add a course, and she could sell that course to people who would buy it, and then she could train those people to buy the things, and then she could sell and certify them so that she could make lots of money. Has anyone heard that kind of idea before? Now, there is nothing wrong with that marketing strategy. That has made a lot of people a lot of money, and maybe that person will be you. It's great. But all Helen could feel in that moment was the weight of everything she had to do. So I started asking some questions. I said, "Do you like your existing website?" She said, "Oh yeah, it's great. I think it's beautiful." I said, "Okay, in my professional opinion, I agree with you. It is beautiful. Does it accurately represent you and your current message? Because for some people, websites are like pieces of art they put on the internet, and they can stay up there for 20 years, right? And it doesn't accurately reflect them. But for her, she said, no, I believe that it accurately reflects what's in my book and who I am. Okay. So what's the big problem here? She said, well, I just feel like I should be doing more. If you could do anything, I asked, if you could do anything to sell this book, what would you be doing? And she just lit up, and she said, there is this conference in my hometown that happens every year, and the demographic I wrote the book for meet at this conference. I would love to be on stage telling them this message. The next question I asked, I think, was the really pivotal one. Helen, do you want to sell 10,000 books? No. I want to change 10,000 lives. That filled me up. That's a huge difference, right? Because when you're just trying to sell things and sell things and sell things, you can get stuck in your head because you have to figure out a way to trick people into buying from you, right? Is that what we're all trying to do? But this was something that was from her heart that she loved and cherished and nurtured and then sent out into the world. And she wasn't interested in selling 10,000 books. She wanted to change lives. So I asked her, what is stopping you from doing what you just said, from going and speaking on stage? She said, well, I have to do X and Y and Z. Okay. You have to do X and Y and Z. What's stopping you from doing that? And it really came down to she wasn't confident that that was the correct action to take. And so I once again put on my marketing professional hat, and I said, Helen, you can do exactly what you said, and you are going to change lives. And everything about her shifted. That weight came off, and she realized, you mean it's okay for me to pursue the thing that I actually enjoy doing? She loves talking to people. She opened the conversation by saying, I'm old school. She doesn't like all this social media stuff. She doesn't like this website stuff. What she wants to do is get on stage and talk to people, maybe do some workshops, interact one-on-one, one person at a time, or in groups as teams. That's where she gets her energy from. And I think as business owners, we often get stuck in that same place where we think, I can't do that. I can't do this thing over here because I should be doing that other thing that everyone else is doing, that magic bullet that will make my business go crazy. Well, what is a magic bullet for one person is not necessarily a magic bullet for you. Because as we've heard from several people today, we are individuals, and we have unique passions and things that drive us forward. And when we try to pull away from that, we slow our momentum down. It's like putting your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. I want to move forward, but I can't do that. I want to move forward, but I'm not professional enough. I want to do that, but I don't know enough. I'm not creative enough. I'm not bold enough. I'm not enough. Any Taylor Swift fans in here? Okay. I love Taylor Swift. She's so much fun. And last year, she came out with a song called Anti-Hero. And I remember listening to it, and when this lyric came on, it really resonated with a past version of myself. And when you watch the music video of this song, Taylor walks up to a door, and she opens it, and staring across from her is another version of herself. And that person waves and says, hey, hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm what's holding it back. If I was just all those things, the creative, the bold, the technically elite, I would be able to take this business someplace different. But I'd like to propose that if you make a small change to that lyric, everything else will change for you as well. If you are the problem, you are also the answer. Hey, Hi, I'm the answer. It's me. Think back again to that moment when you had that clarity, remember? You knew you were starting this business. You knew who you were going to help. You knew what you were going to do. Passion, clarity, and honesty about who you are and what you will make room for. That all has to overlap in order for you to get real momentum, to take your foot off the brake and allow yourself to move forward. I had a client once who told me she had 4 websites before she came to me. And it broke my heart because the reason she wasn't using those 4 websites was because of small problems on each one that didn't accurately represent her. She said, this one feels wrong. This one over here says the wrong thing. She was causing friction, and she had to get that changed. But when you lean into your passion and your clarity and your honesty, that's when you can get momentum. I had a client that was renaming his podcast, and he was looking at doing an answer or a title that was all about search engine optimization, and he was going to use personal development. And I said, Tom, do you even like a title that includes that word? And he said, no, not really, but I think it's okay, and it'll work well, technically. And just looked at him and said, Tom, if you don't like your title, if you can't get excited about it, who else is going to get excited? You may not have a genie when you sit across from me, but you do have a mirror that will reflect back at you who you really are. And if you can get honest and clear on your messaging and clear about who you serve, what you do, and how you can help, and you allow your passion to come through, that is when you're going to get marketing momentum. And any mirror that you walk up to, that mirror can become a magic mirror. And I want you to look into it and say, hey, hi, I'm the answer. It's me.